Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video and welcome back to another episode of my Planet Coaster 2 series, in which I'm making my very own custom park all from scratch. So if you haven't seen the previous 4 episodes, then I would recommend you go and check them out first before you watch this. So as there will be no spoilers for what I've done in the rest of the park. As for what I'm doing today, I will be moving on to the next themed area of my park. The next one will have 3 rides, 2 flat rides and 1 coaster. So a bit bigger than the last one I did, but still fairly small. This will be a fairly small park by the end. And yeah, I placed down this boat ride as the first flat ride in this area. So if you have any guesses for what theme this area, still sticking with mythology, but let me know in the comments what you think the theming for this area will be around. There is already a bit of theming in the park already for it. So have a look around what I made in previous episodes. So what I'm doing here, just adding a little bit of theming all around the flat ride. I didn't want to have it inside, I needed to have it outside really, it wouldn't be too big. But I wanted to feel like it was sort of enclosed a bit, so I made this nice rock wall that sort of feels a bit like a sea wall you'd see like by water. So I thought it fit pretty well in what I wanted to do here. Okay, so I wanted to sort of recolour the boat a little bit to make it fit in more with the theming for this ride. So I played around a bit with adding in some gold elements on the colouring to the base of the boat and the ride. Yeah, if you haven't guessed by now, the theming for this section and this ride is going to be all around Poseidon, Greek god of water. So that might give you some clues for what will be coming up in the next 2 episodes. After this, I will be continuing to work on this next segment of the park. It is all coming together really well now, and I am actually close to finishing building it. Actually, I'm on to the last area. You already have plans for it. So I just started to add in some wooden elements, like some boat scraps, some logs, a crane around to make this feel sort of like a shipyard, really. But that won't be all the theming of this ride. This is probably one of my least favourite rides in the park. I don't know, it's not awful, but like the theming, it doesn't quite feel the same as some of the other rides I have already made and will go on to make. I think all of them are better. And this is still my first part I'm making on the game, so some things I've improved since then. I started building a new part, which once this series has finished, will be again uploaded on here. And yeah, I think it's going so much better than this one, to be honest. Like, I've learnt a lot about the building in this game, some things, like loads of new pieces I'm getting used to. But yeah, we will keep on getting better these times. But as you can see now, I am adding in a statue of Poseidon up against the boat. I wanted to make it seem like he was leaning on it a bit. So I've positioned it so his hand is resting on the supports for the swinging mechanism. I did have to move a lot of the rocks and plants I put in earlier in this part to go in the theming around the main boat, the main spectacle to the park, because it was interfering with this ride a bit. Not like it wasn't working or anything, but it was just in the way, and I didn't really like how it looked. But now you can see, adding in some more of the Poseidon statue. I did also decide to make it go with him having his spear, so it sort of looked like he... I wanted to make it seem like he was attacking the boat, but then with his spear, but then it just didn't work out with the proportions, so I made him have it on his back, and instead it looked like he was going to punch you, which I thought fitted pretty well. We already had a Poseidon statue in the park with his spear out, so maybe this was for the best. Anyway, moving on to the queue line now. I found these sort of shaders, fabric platforms, something to put over the top of the queue line so we get her out of the sun. And I continued with the shipyard theming for this queue line, so more anchors, broken ship parts, parts that were under construction, more logs, cranes, stuff like that, just sort of make it feel like it was a shipyard. Okay, so I've finished with the queue line for now, and it is looking very good, very much like a shipyard, so exactly what I wanted. And this ride will have one of the highest capacities, so the queue will always be long for this. Then I decided to do some terraforming around it, so I put up some hills, not as if they were towering over the ride, but sort of so that while you were on it and in the queue you could see a bit of the terrain work I've done. Then the wall I thought looked a bit out of place, just a flat wall going into grass. So I found these rocks which had some moss or something on them, and I started to build up a little bit of a more natural rock wall around the barrier. I think this is probably one of the best parts of this ride. I think I did a really good job of terraforming this. And yeah, that will be all for today's video. So I hope you have all enjoyed, and let me know what you think of this ride I have finished building, and put your guesses down below for what you think I will build in the next episode. You can probably see a bit of it in the background. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.